Hello, Simmers, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, I am Kayla, and I love to build things in The Sims 4. Whether you're here for speed builds, renovations, fun challenges, or just some good old towny makeovers, you're in the right place. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of my future uploads. Now, let's get into today's video. In today's video, this is going to be, I guess, the third installment of my unofficial Building Newcrest series. And today we're going to be building a multi-generational family home or a residential rental. It's up to you to decide whatever you want to have in your game. Um, Let me preface this by saying I did use a ton of packs in this build. And I'm so sorry, but I promise the next build is either going to be a limited pack build or just base game only. So no fret, my pet. We will get back to that shortly. Okay, so as we can see, the shell has already come together for this one. I did use a reference image of a home that I toured in my area. So I don't really have the photo for reference. I mean, I probably could Google it, but I don't know. But I didn't. But just know that this looks very similar to a house that I went to go look at near where I live. So yeah, it wasn't this green color though. It was like a brick, but I just wanted to use some of the siding and like brick from the base game or whatever. So here I am just adding the windows, making sure everything is tip top shape, or what have you. Okay, since I'm struggling talking, let me go ahead and explain. So apologies for my voice. I was sick, I guess last week or so, and I feel so much better, but my voice is kind of still like a little scratchy, so bear with me if I sound different than I usually sound. Just coming off the back end of a cold. So the outside's pretty much done. So now I'm gonna go. Oh my God, that was my son. I'm gonna go in and start drawing out the floor plan for this one. Oh my God, he's so dramatic. Um, so like I said, I was going off of a floor plan of a real life home in my area. So yeah, here I am doing that, drawing it out. I kind of messed up when I was doing the shell, so I'm rearranging some of that stuff on the inside. And now I'm gonna place the stairs so that I can get the upstairs floor plan laid out. Okay, so I guess we can talk about how it can be turned into a residential rental. So downstairs, you can see the little side entrance that I have. Pretty much the right-hand side of the downstairs area is its own little um casita is what they called it, or a mother-in-law suite is what they called it in the community that I was touring. But it's essentially gonna have its own living room, bathroom, kitchen, and bedroom in it. So you can either make that a residential rental, and we're working on that now. We're working on the kitchen in that um little off area, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so you can make that into a residential rental, or um, you can create an elder sim for the owners of this home and just have them live there. Or you can do the roommate system if you have not high school years, university. The possibilities are endless. But for this, I just left it open for anybody to download. So when you place it on your lot, you'll have to put the lot trait for however you want it to be. So I used the base game kitchen cabinets for this. So I thought about making this area base game only and then making the rest of the house how I wanted. But I think I ended up using other things in the end um, on this one. So yeah, I ended up using something from Parenthood. So it didn't turn out to be base game only. However, I do love these floors, these base game floors. They're like my favorite floor in the game. Outside of the ones from, what's that called? Evergreen Harbor, Land, World. What is that pack called? Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank? Anyways, y'all tell me what the pack is in the comment section. So the living room came together pretty quickly. So we had this little nook area. I thought about putting the dining room over there, but I'm like, this is going to be for like 1 to 2 Sims. They can sit at the bar area. So I figured having a computer would be beneficial. So I just made that little nook into like an office area. So I was gonna use that plant from Love Struck, but here I was really trying to still use base game. Although I did pull the plant out from Jungle Adventure and the TV console tablets from Parenthood. I was really trying. um, but yeah, like I said, I ended up nixing that idea altogether and just putting whatever I wanted to in there. Um, yeah. I did make sure I put a burglar alarm in here. I was playing in a house in my regular gameplay. I was playing in a house that did not have one, and I did get robbed not once but twice. So I'm trying to be cognizant. I can't even speak. I'm trying to be aware of that fact and put burglars in all of my builds from now on. Not burglars, burglar alarms. We also got some little shoes by the door. We got a rack for the mail and keys, and an umbrella stand, and then some knickknacks and paddywhacks on the entryway table. And here I am struggling trying to find some artwork. I really wanted to use those frames from Cats and Dogs, but the blue was a different color blue than what I ended up using here, so I didn't think that it went well with it, but in the end I landed on that picture collage. I I can't remember what pack it's from, and I'm not even gonna try to tell you. So moving on to the bedroom in here, I went back and forth about the bed that I wanted to use, but then I think I end up landing using this one from Eco Lifestyle is the name of that pack, but I'm using this one from I don't even know. Is it from Eco Lifestyle? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But getting the closet system from Growing Together, I kind of thought that that would fit perfectly in here. And then at this point is when I got the idea like, oh, this could be for the parents of the owners of the house. So then I put in the some knitting stuff in the living room for the mom or dad. You know, men can knit too if they want. So getting like this chest of drawers in here just for some additional storage, as well as a non-functional laundry basket. So I'm adding that as well. Um, I also had a hard time finding a rug, but I think I am going to stick with this one. I think it's from Discover University, or no, it's not from Eco Lifestyle. Okay. And I also am going to stick with these little colorful frames for in this room. And here I am trying to find a different collage. I'm going through the wall decor stuff, and I swear I'm finding stuff I've never seen in this game before. But but that's pretty much it for the casita. So now I'm going back into the main home and fixing the roof since I had to adjust the floor plan. Yeah. There is a bathroom in the little casita or a mother-in-law suite. I didn't decorate that on camera just because this video was getting super long, but we will see in the end. All the bathrooms are pretty much the same. Now this one downstairs is like a half bath. So it's just the toilet and the sink, and I wanted to do something a little different for that one. So I kind of made, not kind of, I did make the tile in that one dark or black. I was gonna say dark black. I made the floor tiles in there black, just for some little razzle dazzle, what have you. So now moving on into the living room of the main house. I really wanted to use the stuff from the it's at the Cozy Kitsch kit. I really wanted to try to make that yellow work because I'm trying to like incorporate more color into my builds. But baby steps. I didn't stick with the yellow. I just went with this green, which I probably use all the time because green is my favorite color. But like I said, baby steps. We'll eventually like get into more color. I'm trying to say the least. But yeah, so I'm going through looking for some curtains again. This is something that I kind of struggle with using curtains in the game. I really prefer I either use the same thing, Desert Looks, um, Desert Looks. I use the same thing, or I typically just gravitate towards like some plain curtains that I got from, I believe, Peacemaker. Um, I just like plain things. So yeah, there's that. So here I am just looking through the catalog trying to find a side table that has some like slanted legs like the coffee table did, but I didn't find it anything, so I decided to use the mirrored stands from, what's that, Growing Together. Yeah. So I'm getting a side chair in this corner. This corner looks a little bare to me. At first I thought about putting a bookshelf over there, but um it didn't look right to me. And then I thought about changing the wall color altogether in here to try to get away from the beige, because I always use this same gray slash beige wall color, but as we can see, it didn't work out. So um, onto the kitchen. I am going to use a slight bit of color in here, although it doesn't look like it right now. I'm getting those base game counters that we got from an update. Um, I was gonna leave it that brown swatch, but I decided to change it to this fun teal color. In the house that I viewed, the uppers were white and the lowers, they weren't teal. They were like gray. I didn't really like that. I mean, I guess it's all right. But I tried to do the same thing in here, but I'm like, let's just make them both the same thing. So here I am just looking for a smaller window to place over the sink in the kitchen. We got a sliding glass door out to the back, making sure I have a trash can, and I'm putting that sprinkler system in because something that's also starting to happen to me, I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but I was cooking with a sim that has a pretty high cooking skill and the kitchen caught on fire. I don't know what that was about. The stove has been like upgraded, like, because their handiness skill is also very high. So that kind of scarred me now. So I'm putting the little sprinkler system, or at least I'm trying to remember to put that in all of my builds. So here I am going back to the casita because I realized I placed some clutter but didn't, I just, randomly placed it. I didn't um, I guess you want to say strategically place it. I didn't place it where it should be going. Again, sorry if you hear my son. I'm not going to edit this out. This is real life. He's very loud and fun, and I love that for him. So I'm not going to edit this out. Yeah, so still just finding the best clutter for this kitchen. I thought about, well, I did pull out some of the appliances from the Home Chef Hustle pack. Although I didn't want to clutter every single counter, so I was just finding some stuff to make the house look more lived in. So here I am again trying to find some artwork for these blank walls in this kitchen. I thought about using that egg painting, but I just do not know why I cannot use that at all. Like, it's just, I don't know if I'm trying to make my houses look too realistic or what, but I just cannot bring myself to use that painting at all. So I was thinking about putting a hutch or a buffet in this corner. I thought about using that one from Jungle Adventure, although it was cute. I wanted something that was kind of tall to cover some of this wall space. So I'm grabbing this one from Horse Ranch, and I'm also putting some clutter into this empty shelving down here. So I was going to use the plates, but then I'm like, okay, there's already plates in there, so it's kind of like too much. It's like overkill. So then I do have this decorative plate up there from Parenthood. So I'm gonna put another one because I didn't mention, but one of the one of the children's bedrooms is gonna be for twins. I guess I should have mentioned that. I was just rambling on and on. But this is going to be, the main house is gonna be 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Um, and I was envisioning this for a family of 5. So they're the parents, and then they have twin children, and then a teenaged daughter. And that's just for the main house. Like I said, the casita has like 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Okay, so you can see we've moved upstairs now, and I went ahead and placed a washer and dryer inside of a little nook upstairs. So here, this is going to be a bedroom for a teenager. We haven't gotten there yet, but um, the teenager, this daughter is trans, which I'm trying to incorporate more diversity into my game, um, because I'm so like thankful. I guess, I mean, I guess not thankful. Thankful would not be a good word to describe. I guess I'm happy or pleased to see so much inclusivity into this game. And I really, really like it. And I really, really want to start incorporating more of that into my gameplay, personally, and into the things that I build on the channel. Um, and then again, nod to some things that I knew that were there, but I just never, I guess, never physically seen them in my game or used them. I did find all the pride flags, and I was like, yes, I have to use that in this build. So um, we're just going ahead and cluttering it now, I guess, for how a teenager's room should look. And then here in a little bit is when I'm going to realize that we had those pride flags, and then I'm going to incorporate those. I did film this video a couple of weeks ago, so there was a little lag in when I'm doing the voiceover. But I'm pretty sure that these colors stayed the same in here. I did want to use the window from high school years because again, I'm trying to incorporate more of the gameplay into my personal game. And I've never had a teen sneak out. I think I did one time, but they literally used the front door. So I'm thinking, okay, well, let's let this teen, be a little bit rebellious and sneak out using the window. But obviously, I could not get that to work. Well, not obviously. I think I probably should have just used a longer trellis, but we're gonna try again. And now here is where I find that flag. And then I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really had to stop and Google to figure out what each flag meant. But in the end, I did land on. I think I cut all that out though because it seriously took a long time for me to make a decision. But I landed on the trans one, and I just thought, it would be a great storyline to use. Of course, I don't have the OM SP. One more slot, please. I don't know if you guys know that, but that OMSP means one more slot, please. I do know that. And I have yet to download that little red shelf. So here I am. I was just using the Dream Home Decorator Cube as a little trick to be able to place things on the shelf as I saw fit. Um, Here I am again trying to make a better effort to use different lighting in the game as well. So I traded out the pot light for a chandelier from high school years. And then I thought about using like the fairy light covering, but I didn't want to do that in this one. So the teenager's room is pretty much done. So here we are, we're moving on to the twins room. Um, I I'm thinking I envisioned this for a girl and a boy, or possibly two girls. It really doesn't matter. Like, it's up to you. I feel like the colors are, except the pink, I feel like the colors are pretty much neutral. Even though me personally, I don't even like to put color, I don't know, stipulations on children. My son loves purple. So it's just, it is what it is. Um, so yeah, I grabbed the little desk from Tiny Living so that they have somewhere to do their homework. I really wanted to put two in here, which I probably could have squeezed two right next to each other, but it's okay. It is what it is. I used the bookshelves from Growing Together. I believe the bed is from Growing Together as well. Toy chest. We also put a laundry basket. I put a functional laundry basket in here, but in the teens room, I put a non-functional laundry basket. I just didn't want too many, I didn't want too many baskets too far away from the actual washer and dryer. So yeah, that was the reasoning behind that. Again, changing out the light fixture for one from Dream Home Decorator, and now I'm just placing some posters and some different wall art in this room for the twins. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to quickly decorate the hallway with just my favorite paintings from Tiny Living. This entryway table, I think that's from Snowy Escape. Can't really remember. The little fig tree, which I love, and a just basic rug. Um, I think I'm gonna put something. Yeah, I put some books on top of that table, and that's pretty much it. So here we are in the primary bedroom. Um, I think I do end up using this bed. No, I don't. I wanted to use the bed from Life and Death. I've been trying to use that bed for a couple of builds now, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I just didn't think it meshed well with this house. So everything in this primary bedroom is going to be from the Modern Looks kit. So here I am just placing all of that stuff, and we're going to change the swatches on this stuff a couple times. But if I'm not mistaken, the bed is going to end up this deep blue color, and then all the furniture is like going to be this smoky gray. I thought about leaving it white. And then here I am again trying to use those same paintings from Cats and Dogs, which I think I leave them in here this time. Yes, I'm darkening the room to blue. Okay, so I did end up changing the bed. But I think the furniture, well, let's watch it together. I'm using this rug from the Industrial Loft Kit, I believe is what it's called. I'm also getting some bright white curtains from that Modern Looks kit. Here I'm decorating the vanity for the mom. We're getting some jewelry clutter and some stuff like that. So that was pretty much it for the bedroom as well as upstairs. So the last area we're going to decorate is the garage. And in placing stuff, mind you guys, I told you this video was super long. The original footage I want to say was like 3 to 4 hours long. So at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting tired. And I did forget to change the swatches on the treadmill and the weight machine, but it's all good. So here, I'm just going back trying to find stuff to put elsewhere in the house, but um, I decided not to, so we're just going back out into the garage, which is kind of short for a real life car, but as you can see, just decided to turn it into a mini gym. So here I am just going through and painting the ceilings because I always forget to do that. So yeah, back into the garage. Again, I told you I forgot to change the colors on um the gym equipment. But yeah, and then I added 2 little bikes for the twins. Now we're moving on to the backyard. I already have a grill out there, and then I just made a pool. So here I am finding a gate. And then I'm putting it on that side so that the resident in the little casita or residential rental, so they will have access to the backyard as well. That's the reasoning for me putting the gate on that side. So here I am just finding some brick or pavement for the patio back there. My son. Yeah, so I landed on this herringbone brick pattern. I really liked how that looked. So here I am again placing some sidewalk or concrete slabs for the sidewalk as well as the driveway. I really don't like the debug cars. I know it's kind of weird. I do have custom content cars, so you can put a car there if you want or not, like I did. You can also use a basketball goal for above the garage. I didn't do that, but I thought it would be a great touch as well. So we're pretty much done with the inside. Like I said, I did all the bathrooms off camera just because, well, I recorded them. I just cut them out of the video because the video was so long. But here I am just doing some landscaping. I'm just trying to make it look like the world, but also make it look like manicured and put together. I didn't want it to look like, messy or overgrown or anything like that. I'm thinking the homeowners, really like to care for their lawn. I know we do, so we spend a lot of time outside doing yard work or just outside in general. So I just wanted to make it look as pretty as possible. So back to the pool area, we're getting some larger concrete tiles. I thought about using the same herringbone brick as I did for the patio areas, but I decided against that. So here I am putting lights in the pool, making sure they're all the same height. And then I'm also going to change the tiling, the wall tiles and the floor tiles for the pool as well. We got the ladder. Also just going in, I put marbles in the twins' room, so I made sure to go ahead and put the marble station or whatever you want to call it, the marble ring out back also. And we got some sun loungers out there. And yeah, so we're nearing the end of the video. I'm just going to scroll through, find some things for some final touches, and then we will jump into the real-time tour for this build. Okay, so here's a completed build. I had to refilm this, so it's at this weird angle because I've already built something next to it, and I kind of want to keep it a surprise until it's released. So yeah, here is how the build turned out. How am I going to do this? Okay, so there's the front facade. Let's go around back. Yeah, so here is our backyard. Not sure how much of this I left on camera, but I did do terrain painting and landscaping, as you can see. So yeah, here's our backyard. We have our back patio area with our grill, trash cans, some sun loungers for the pool. We're gonna come along here. I know it's close, but again, I don't want you to see the other one. Okay, so we're gonna come inside. We can tour the main house first. So here is how the living room turned out. I probably could have put some artwork over here on this wall, but everything in hindsight, I think I say this almost every build. Here is the powder bath. I forgot to raise this up, so because the house is on a platform. Or did I? Yeah, it wasn't raised up, so it's probably like that on the gallery. So apologies. You'll just have to click the room and raise the floor up one tick. So here is, hold on, this should only be one tick, so they should be able to get down in there. If not, then you can just put a stair. I did not play test this, so again, apologies for that as well. But here is the garage. Like I mentioned in the speed build portion, I did forget to change the swatches of the treadmill and the weight machine, but it's okay. We got bikes for the twins. So coming back out, going into our kitchen, we have our kitchen here, and then if we go to this side, it's our dining room. So yeah, again, out to the back door. So now we're gonna go upstairs. So upstairs on the landing, here's that little entryway we did, and then here is the laundry nook. Here, here's the twins' bedrooms. Okay, so we got them faux laundry, or no, this, I was imagining this like being for toys or something, even though they do have a toy box. A little cushion for like a reading area. They do have a laundry basket. There's that. I probably should have painted those inside walls, but it's okay. We will go into the teens room. So here's how that room turned out. I really like it as well. Here is the bathroom for the children, for everybody to share the teen and the twins. Again, I did not put any of the bathrooms on camera just because the video was already super long. I just realized I forgot to put a blind, but that's something you guys can add. All right, so going into the primary bedroom. Again, I made everything very dark in here. The bathrooms had the exact same fixtures. I just changed a couple of the colors. So in here, everything, the walls are blue, the floor is white. I'm still using the same cabinets throughout. There's that. Okay, so that's the upstairs. So let's go downstairs into our casita area. So they have their own side entry. And then we come in here. We have our entryway table. That light's getting on my nerves. Okay, come around here. We have the living room area equipped with the TV. We have a stereo system, and then a little office nook back here. And then, like I said, this one's one bedroom. So we got that there. And then their one bathroom. Okay, so that is pretty much the build. And that's a wrap for today's video, Simmers. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. You can find this build on the gallery under my EA ID, which is SirenaSimsYT. This, as well as other information about the build, can be found in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you want to see next. Make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss any of my future videos. Until next time, toodles!